it's good to think about yourself in terms of the full real partnership landscape. You are either yourself a smaller kind of company. I would consider both uh, Partner Fleet and Advisory in this smaller or equal size. We are equal size. We're both in growth mode. And then you have larger partners. So if you are the smaller partner, you need to understand your value and what you can bring. You may need to offer more help. You may have to bring the use cases. You may have to do a little bit more legwork to find someone to co market with you. When you're equal size, it can be a one to one effort and a one to one spend. Um, you can share the expense as well as the work. Whereas when you're working with those larger, so think of maybe like a GSI, if you're working with that larger size, you may have to come with more, but they may be able to have more resources at their ready that you're able to help utilize. Maybe they have a bigger audience. Maybe they have more of a budget. And so it's really understanding to each partner that you talk to, where do you fall in? Are you small? Are you an equal size? Are you the larger customer that needs to maybe offer a little bit more?
Yeah, and I wanted to make a point here. When we first started talking about this, Sienna and I were just spitballing all of these co-marketing ideas, but there's so many different levels that you can be at. And we wanted to make sure that we emphasized that, smaller, equal size, and larger is only relative to the partner that you're working with, right? So depending on who you are, unless you are one of the hyperscalers or, super SMB, for the most part, you might be in all three of these buckets at different times. But don't, people, I feel like people get really caught up on marketing to, just within hyperscalers or just on one to one and forget to leverage smaller partners because they think that they're not worth it, or they're focusing on a huge group of referral partners almost entirely, and they forget that they have this upward leverage to get into these hyperscalers or to work with equal sized companies. And so, as we go through this and sort of explain the ideas as we've segmented them out into these three groups, we wanted to make sure that open your mind to the idea of co-marketing to different, with different partners than you had originally thought, to potentially experiment with driving, higher numbers and higher revenue.
Exactly. And understanding that with each partnership, to your point, you may move between these three groups.